session live. Mr. Maximus Parthas to the stage for his maximum impact moment. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, Columbia? How the hell are you? Our online streaming audience, what's happening, fam? Nice to see you. Monique in the house. Peace, Monique. We miss you, baby. Come on by here sometime, all right? You hear? I'm going to sound like a southern mama. Come on by. We got some food for you, darling. Like, you hungry? Did you eat? That try to talk to me sometime. You know, this is the maximum impact moment. And I guess you could say it's like the Sessions version of PBS. You know, it's not something that really is required for us to do, but we feel every month that we have a platform to speak to people on a large scale, to give them some meat on with the potatoes, to give them something extra to think about that normally you may not hear anywhere else besides this place. And we know for sure on more than one occasion that has been the case where we've exposed people to certain information. So I'm, as you said, your version of the PBS, so I guess it would be the MPBS? The MPBS. But today's information is actually two things. The first one is I put together a little list that I have, and I think you might find it interesting. And basically what it really is a little advice that seems obvious, but isn't. You know, the obvious things, sometimes you think everybody knew that shit, and nobody knew what you're like, oh, you didn't know? So I put together a little list. When certain people, and mind you, in 2013, there is going to be a war on for your mind. People want chunks of it. They want you to believe in certain things, do certain things, buy certain things, and they are going to be hitting you from every side in 2013. Seduction has become an art form when it comes to marketing, all right? When certain people tell you something is truth, it's safe to start from a position of disbelief. Right. I know what they say about assuming, you know, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. But in these cases, it's safest to assume at the very start that they are acting, pretending, embellishing, omitting, manipulating, confusing, misdirecting, exploiting, instigating, or outright fucking lying to your face, okay? In no particular order, and by no means a complete list, here's a few that should throw up red flags just because their lips are moving, alright? If you like the list and you want to add more, later on feel free to add more. Top of my list, politicians. Now, I'm not saying every politician is a liar, but we damn well know that their track record shows that a lot of the times they will lie right to your face. So, politicians. Actors. The people get paid to lie to you, to pretend to do something else, to be something else. So, actors is on that list. Lawyers. Now, we all know about lawyers, baby. If lawyers trying to tell you something is the truth, you best believe there's something hidden behind that shit. Any official police statement. Y'all know what I'm talking about. We got brothers getting shot in the back of police cars while they handcuffed and shit. And police statements coming out talking about, that brother committed suicide. Like, what the fuck? He had handcuffs on, alright? For real, y'all know what I'm talking about. That's one of the things we brought here at the Session Live. Mega rich ministers, priests, or pastors. Yes. Alright, you feel me, right? They don't believe the shit that comes out their mouths. So why should you? You know? The next one on my list, and these go in order now, is former politicians turn news anchors. Former preachers turn news anchors. Can we all say Al Sharpton? Former police turn news anchors. Former lawyers turn news anchors. Former actors turn news anchors. Anyone from the CIA or a similar organization. Now, if the CIA is telling you some shit and saying believe it, should you? No. Hell no, it's the fucking CIA. You better off believing Dr. Seuss or some shit. Don't believe any crackheads or anyone dependent. Right at the bat, right? That should have been rule number one. Don't believe any crackheads or anyone dependent on an addictive drug. Motherfuckers would sell their mama to get some of these drugs. You know, you're having an intelligent conversation with a crackhead and he's trying to assure you of some shit is true. Kind of take it with a grain of salt. anyone from the military brass. Now we know these generals, matter of fact, they just had this one general who was fucking his wife over and shit publicly, you know what I mean? Like, yes, we're going to win this war in Iraq, we're doing a wonderful job, we're very honest people and forthright, and then we have integrity, and hold on, my mistress is calling me. You know? So don't believe anything from the military brass. Foreign-owned news media is based in the U.S. If Russian television is trying to tell you this shit is true, you can best believe that Vladimir Putin is over there going, yeah, get them to believe that shit. Tell them, go ahead. Careful what you hear from foreign-owned news media is based in the U.S. Anyone who has been busted for lying to your face already should not be trusted. If Bill Clinton comes up in here today and says, let's tell you the truth tonight, exactly how things are and what we're going to do, you should look at Bill Clinton and go, wait a minute, didn't you say I did not have sex with that woman? Didn't you say that shit publicly in front of the whole world? In the meantime, there's semen stains on a blue dress going on eBay right now for 300 grand? You know what I mean? So, and people like John Edwards, I mean, I hear he's getting back into politics. What the fuck credibility does he have, John Edwards? He was fucking over his wife who was dying of cancer. Talking about, I want to be president. As soon as my wife dies, me and my mistress going to live right here in this White House. This shit was crazy, man. And Colon Powell. Come on, we know people love Colon Powell. But that was the motherfucker that stood up in front of the UN talking about this little lie right here. Saddam Hussein has like 1 million of these, and they will turn the world into purple mushrooms. All right? He stood in front of the UN and lied like it was going out of style. So somebody that has already shown himself to be a liar, don't believe them. Can you say that? Don't believe them? If someone has shown you that they already are a liar,
don't believe them.
That's how we roll at the Session Live. Any corporate spokesperson. If a corporation is sending a spokesperson from a press team out to tell you how some shit is, you can best believe it has been more doctored than some of these Hollywood girls and their breasts, all right? This shit has been pumped up and fixed up. And finally, anything from BBC News. BBC News is owned by the Queen. They ain't playing. They are going to indoctrinate your ass. That's my list.